Kan je makan, fikadim zaman. In English, long ago there was, and there was not, a young man, a good young man, a young man with a good heart, just like you. And this young man had grown up with his loving mother, but his mother was older and sick. And when she was lying on her deathbed, she called her son to her and said, "My good boy, you must find your way in the world. You are a poor young man. But remember this, never walk with evil." Well, his mother died, and he left his home to find his way in the world. He walked across the desert. It was so hot and dry. He walked and he walked and he walked. And after a long time working in the blazing desert, he saw ahead of him a camel. And next to the camel on the ground was a man lying down. And when he came close, he saw this man had broken his leg. "I fell from my camel." Well, the good young man, he helped the stranger. He bound his leg and he helped him back onto the camel. "Will you walk with me?" said the stranger who had a broken leg. "Tell me who you are," said the young man. I am one who goes with evil in my heart." Well, the young man forgot his mother's warning. He walked next to the camel, next to the evil man. They walked across the desert, but it got hotter and drier. There was no water for them to drink. Thirsty, finally they came to a hole, a small hole in the ground. And the man on the camel said, "Down there is water. This is a well. I will climb down into the well to get water." "No," said the young man, "you have a broken leg. Let me help you. I will get the water." And the evil man gave the young man an empty water skin. And he took a rope, and the evil man tied the rope around the camel and let the rope down into the hole. And the young man climbed down with the empty water skin deeper and deeper and deeper under the dry ground. And there at the bottom, sure enough, there was a pool of clear water. He drank from the water, and then he filled the water skin. "Pull us up." And the evil man called down, "I will take up the water first. Together you will be too heavy." So he tied the water skin, and the evil man pulled up the rope with the water skin. And the young man with the good heart waited. "Now throw down the rope." Ha 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 ha! The evil man left him in the well and rode away on his camel. Now this is not the end of the story. Down at the bottom of that well, the young man had water to drink, yes, but he had no food to eat. The day passed and the night came, but no one came to fetch water. The next day passed. He called, but there was no road or track. Nobody passed this way through the desert. He was getting hungrier and weaker. He started to lose consciousness. He felt that he was living in a kind of wakeful nightmare. One day, at the end of the day, he saw the moon rise. He could see the moon through the crack at the top of the well. The full, round, white moon. And then against the moon, he saw two flying beasts. crows, jet black crows. And the crows circled lower and lower and lower, and the two crows perched at the top of the dry well. "Ah!" said one crow to the other. "What evil have you done since last full moon, my friend?" And the other crow spoke, and strange to say, the young man in his strange dream at the bottom of the well could understand every word that the crows spoke. "Ah!" said the other crow, "I have done evil. You know the sheikh, the rich man who lives nearby. I have cursed his daughter, his beautiful daughter. She has lost the power of speech. She has lost the power of thought. All ill things are coming to the sheikh, and he will not be able to marry her off. Everything is bad fortune for him." "Ah!" And the other crow said, "And how would this curse be undone?" "No one knows but me," said the crow. "Only one who would take a glass of water and speak holy verses over that water, and then give that holy water to the girl to drink, then the curse would be broken. But no one knows but me." "What about you, my friend?" And the other crow spoke, "I have done greater evil. Have you heard of the city of water, the desert city of water, where everything is green and people rest and take their fill?" "I have," said the crow. "It is fertile no more. Now it is a city of drought. There is no more water. The trees are dying. The people are thirsty. The animals are dead." "Ha ha!" said the other crow. "How did you do this?" "Ah, I blocked the central well with a stone. But no one knows except me." "Ah!" "We will meet again next month." And the two crows flew higher and higher, circling higher and away from the well. The young man remembered what they had said. The next day he lost consciousness. But it just so happened that coming along that way was a band of travellers, nomadic merchants, and they stopped at that well. They knew this was a place to get water, and they let down a rope, and one climbed down to the bottom to fetch the water, and he found this young man. He thought he was dead at first. He put water to his lips and then had the others pull him up tied to the rope. They revived him with coffee and dates. And when he was awake, he said, "Where does the sheikh live?" "Rest here," they said. "You are sick. I must go to the sheikh." Well, they showed him the way, and he set off in that direction. It wasn't far. And when he reached the sheikh's home, he saw his daughter. She was beautiful, but he could see a blank look in her eyes, and she had lost the power of speech. "Your daughter is cursed," said the young man. "I will save her." "It is impossible," said the sheikh. "Everyone has tried. No doctor can save my daughter." "Bring to me a glass of water." And when the glass was brought, he spoke holy verses over the water and gave the water to the girl to drink. And when she sipped it and then drank the water down, her mind cleared. Her beauty was clear. She could speak. "Father, I am well." "A miracle," said her father. "My daughter, this man has saved you. Will you marry him?" "Of course, my father. He has a good heart. This now I can see." But the young man said, "I am a man of no means. I have no money." "No matter," said the sheikh. "I have plenty for us both. You will marry my daughter." "Wait," said the young man. "I would love to marry your daughter, but first I have a task. I must go to the city in the desert where there is now drought." Well, the sheikh gave him his best horse, and the young man rode away. "I will soon return for the wedding." He rode across the desert and came to the city that had once been full of fountains but was now dry as bone. He saw the animals dead on the ground, the people begging for water. The trees were lifeless. There were no birds. He came to a dry fountain, the central well. He climbed down, remembered the crow's words. He reached down, down deep and found a stone that had been set in place. Using all his strength, he pulled up the stone and a great water gushing. The spring came and the water flowed and filled that fountain, flowed down the watercourses and filled the city. The people drank. Oh, you have saved our city. Our city is revived. The trees will grow. We will prosper again. How can we repay you? There's no need of that, said the young man. No, you will rule over our city. You have protected and have saved our city. I will return, said the young man. But first, I must go and bring my wife. And he rode away on his horse towards the sheikh's home. But on the way, you know who he saw? Of course you do. On a camel, he saw the man who had evil intentions, that one with an evil heart. And when he came close, that evil one asked him to stop. I know you. You were the one I left at the bottom of the dry well. It is me. And where did you get all of this? Because he saw now the young man was wearing fine clothes that the people in the city of fountains had given him to wear. Being a good soul, he told them the truth, all that had happened. And the man with evil intentions said, all of this because you listened to those two crows. You have gained much, and I will gain more. And he turned, that evil one, and rode on his camel and back to the well, and there he climbed down to the bottom and waited, because soon the month would be over and the full moon would rise again. And when the full moon did rise, he saw the two crows circling down and perching at the top of the well. And the man with evil intentions could understand their words. Ah! The curse was broken. The sheikh's daughter is well and will be wed. And the other crow said, ah, my curse is broken. Water has returned to the city in the desert, the city of fountains and plenty. How has our evil curses been broken? There is only one answer, my friend, said the other crow. Last month when we were here, someone must have been listening to our secrets from down at the bottom of the well. And the two crows, angry, they scratched and they pushed rocks and stones down into that fissure. And the rocks tumbled down and the whole of the sides of that well caved in and came tumbling down and crushed the evil one. Meanwhile, the young man with a good heart, well, he was married to the beautiful sheikh's daughter, and with many blessings he went with his wonderful wife, and together they ruled mercifully over the city of fountains, the city of plenty. And if they are not yet dead, they are still living now. So thank you to Heba Hamouda, who would have told this tale if she could have been here, but I have told it on her behalf. Thank you.
Again, greatly presented and really loved it. So, I surely will remember that story, and I hope that you, the audience, will also remember this program. So, let's take a minute to appreciate the amount of hard work that everybody has applied in order to make this gig possible. Once again, I would like to thank the guest speakers on everyone's behalf.